Hello everyone, what is up, and welcome back to a brand new banner tutorial video. So today we are doing every single one of the Dream SMP countries slash factions slash territories, whatever you want to call them. And if you do not know what the Dream SMP is, it's basically the Minecraft version of Game of Thrones. Starting off here, we have Lemanberg. You're gonna need a lot for this flag. White banner, 2 red dye, blue dye, yellow dye, white dye, black dye, and a field mason's banner pattern. We're going to start off by getting a red line through the middle. Then we're going to get our white dye and our banner pattern, and it's going to kind of make it look like stars. Not really, but it's the best we can do. Next up, we're going to get red on this side, blue on this side, a black triangle like so, and finally yellow like this. And that is Lemanberg in Minecraft. Next up is the Greater Dream SMP flag. Not to be confused with the Dream SMP, this is just one of the many countries inside the Dream SMP. I know it's confusing, but you'll understand it. We're gonna need 2 lime dye, black dye, another field mason banner pattern, 2 white dye, and a white banner. We're gonna start off by getting our black line through the middle. We're gonna get our field mason to make it look squiggly, like so. And then we're gonna make the squiggly a little bit thinner by doing these stripes. Last but not least, we gotta get the 2 lime green on each side. And that is the Greater Dream SMP flag inside of Minecraft. Next up, we have Manberg, and this is one of my favorite flags in the entire Dream SMP. I just think it looks really, really boss and really very evil. We're gonna need a black banner, 1 black dye, and 2 red dye. We are going to start off by getting a red thing like this. Then we're gonna cover it up with black dye, but it's gonna leave behind this red outline. And then after we do that, we're gonna get our little spike things. And that is the Manberg flag inside of Minecraft. Next up is a variation on the Manberg flag that we just did. It's the Manberg war flag. So I guess this is the flag that they use whenever they're in war. This one is very, very simple. Black dye, red banner. Pop in here, cross shape. You can't really mess this one up. It's the Manberg war flag. Next up is the old Manberg flag, aka the jschlatt administration. This one is kind of similar to the Lemanberg flag. We're gonna start with purple on this side. And you know, purple is just a really interesting color. You never see purple in a lot of flags. So it's very, very unique. Then of course we get our black triangle. And we cover some of that up with our yellow thingamajigs. And that is the jschlatt administration. Next up is New Lemanberg. This flag is very similar to the old Lemanberg flag with a few slight differences. We're going to start by getting our blue dye on this side. Our red dye will be on this side. The key difference here is that the big spike is yellow, and the little spikes are black, so the colors are kind of inverted in that way. But yeah, there's just so many variations of Manberg and Lemanberg inside the Dream SMP. But we're finally done with all those with snowchester. This one is a very nice flag, I like the way it looks. White banner, light blue dye, and yellow dye. Get our light blue dye on this side. Blue dye on this side, and our yellow diamond in the center, and that is snowchester. This is another one of my favorite flags. It is Pogtopia. This one is also very, very complicated. Black banner, orange dye, red dye, white dye, 2 black dye, yellow dye, and a field mason banner pattern. We're going to start off Pogtopia with a, where is it? White line down the middle. Then we're gonna make it all nice and squiggly, like so. Doesn't look too good right now, so we're gonna make it thinner by doing that. Next up, we have orange on this side. We have yellow on this side. And we have a red diamond in the center. And that is the Pogtopia flag. Next up is the eggpire. This is another very, very evil looking flag. But it's also very, very simple. Black banner and 2 red dye is all you would need. We're gonna start with a red border. And a nice little red dot for our egg. And that is the eggpire flag. Now we're getting into some of the smaller countries that you might not necessarily know by heart. but this is Manifold Land. This is a very interesting flag. I like the way it's all, like, diagonal and all that. This one is very easy to mess up, though, so you got to do it the right way. Red on this top. Light blue right here. It should look something like this. You don't want to mess up the diagonals, or else your flag will look wrong. Next up, we're gonna get this black cross. And finally, a white dot in the middle for Manifold Land. Next up is El Rapids, aka Mexican Lemanberg. Anyway, this flag is very similar to Lemanberg, except it is Mexicanified, if that's even a word. Yellow triangle, black dye, spikes, and we have El Rapids. Next up, we have the Dry Waters. Very, very easy flag. Pop on over here, get our light blue banner. Or not, our white banner with our light blue diamond. Yellow circle in the middle. And that is the Dry Waters flag. Next up is Boomerville. This one's also very easy. Red dye, white banner, light blue dye. We're gonna get that lovely light blue cross. A red dot in the center. That will be Boomerville. Next up is Rutabagaville. I think I pronounced that correctly. This is the most expensive flag to make because it uses a banner pattern of thing. You get this thing, or pun not intended, but you get this banner pattern. You have to find an enchanted golden apple, and in crafting, you combine an enchanted golden apple with a piece of paper, and that is how you get this banner pattern. So extremely, extremely rare. You have to get an enchanted golden apple. That makes this simple flag the hardest one, but we're gonna get our yellow, oops, give me this. We're gonna get our yellow thing, like so, and then we are just going to trim it up a little bit, like so, and that will be Rutabagaville. Next up is the Kinoko Kingdom. I kind of botched this one, but I tried my hardest. It's the best I could do to make it curvy. We don't have a lot of skills, or, well, I have skills, but it's like, we're limited with Minecraft banners, you know, we can't do everything we want. Like, it's not like you can draw. You have very basic tools that you have to work with. So, this is the best we can do for the Kinoko Kingdom. We're going to start with, I believe, cyan on top. Yeah, cyan on top. Like so. Cactus green on bottom. Then we are going to get our red dye, make it go halfway across. Then, on our cyan, we're going to do spikes. And on our green, we're going to do spikes. And that is the Kinoko Kingdom. Last but not least, we have the Badlands flag. This is another one of my favorites in the Dream SMP. And also, if you don't even like the Dream SMP, this can just be a trident flag, because the Badlands flag is a trident. So, this can also double as a trident flag if you just really like tridents. Black banner, 3 black dye, cyan dye, and white dye. We're going to start off by getting our handle of the trident, like so. Then we get this. That's gonna be like the spikes of the trident. Now, obviously, it looks very bad right now. We're gonna make it look better, don't worry. This will make everything a little bit thinner. It'll also give us our prongs for the trident. Then we're going to make it a border, so it looks disconnected. And now, honestly, this last part is up to preference. If you want all the prongs to be equal, then leave it like that. If you want the prongs to be different like I do, then you're going to do this next step. It's all up to you. Either looks perfect, in my opinion. I just like this one a little bit better, where the prongs are indented. And that is all of the Dream SMP factions, countries, alliances, whatever, in Minecraft. Please be sure to leave a like and a comment and a subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. I'm Striker. And goodbye. See you in the next flag tutorial.